going back to the Cup final game on Saturday, one of the intermissions, David Amber and Elliot Friedman talking about news and notes around the league, and Elliot brought up the Calgary Flames and specifically Noah Hanifin. Let's take a listen to what Elliot had to say from 2 nights ago.
Names you're going to start to hear a little bit of here is Noah Hanifin from Calgary. He's got one more year like a lot of the Calgary players do, and I think teams have begun to ask the Flames, what exactly are you thinking about here? What's the future? I think, a lot of us are talking about Winnipeg right now, and for good reason, but low-key, I think Calgary could be just as interesting a team as Winnipeg over the next few weeks, depending on how all these players feel about their futures.
Yes, we'll talk about Winnipeg. We have, because the Athletic put up their board, and it's so anyway. Yeah, Noah Hanifin. I don't know. Again, because you have maybe a little bit of insulation there with Uyghur. I don't.
Shillington's coming back.
And you hope he's going to be able to.
We don't know what he is, but he's back.
You better get I almost swore a great haul for Noah Hanifin.
I think you would. I think he's undervalued.
But it's the same situation, and you're right. You probably would. Good. But you're going to end up in the same situation as if you trade a right winger, right? Now we need a defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
If you take Noah Hanifin out of the top 4, you are banking heavily that Shillington and Tanev can do what they did 2 years ago. Because if Anderson Uyghur's your top pair, that's totally fine. They were awesome. I thought it was the best pair they had all year was those two together. But you're an injury away from putting a guy in the top 4. You don't want to. And Shillington's a big question mark. To assume that a guy's going to look like he did a year and a half ago is a pretty large jump.
You say Tanev, and I'm like, well, Tanev has 1 year. Right?
Yeah.
And is he going to stay healthy?
Yeah. Oh, and look, if you're trading Noah Hanifin, you can get a D back. This, I don't know that there's many guys in their prime that eat the type of minutes and play the level of competition he plays that are available.
Let's get rid of him.
No. I'm just saying, look, it's the same thing with Lindholm, Rhett. You're either committing 8 years and getting older with him, or you're moving him for assets. You're not going to be better tomorrow by trading these guys, but you're getting younger.
But you don't have 3 other 30-year-old defensemen that are making 8.5, right? You've got a young D core that you could keep together for quite a while, right?
Who's in that?
Uyghur, Hanifin, Rasmus Anderson, and whoever, hopefully Shillington, rounds out that top 4.
So maybe you're looking to trade Tanev instead then, if you're trying to.
Oh, I would trade Tanev way sooner than I would trade.
The thing of it is, right, it's if Hanifin basically says, I'm not ready to sign, do you feel then you're pursuing a sign and trade type of a deal?
7 or 8 years he's going to get. You may as well, if you can do it, get more.
Right?
Try.
But I am with you.
Happening now. It used to be like a pipe dream.
I'm with you, Rhett.
Look what Damon Severson.
You can. I feel like you can absorb a loss up front a little bit easier than a minute munching skating defenseman. He does make mistakes, but he's on the ice a lot and has the puck a lot. So you're going to see it's Brody-esque.
Yeah.
It's Brody-esque in a way, but
not perfect and not going to put up numbers unless your team is just scoring 1 billion goals that year, but big minutes. If you're trying to put a third pairing guy into those minutes, it does not look good. There's a reason Zadorov and Goodbranson looked way better on a third pair than when either have been elevated.
But to your point, you'd be needing a D back.
Yeah. So it's we want a first and a young D, and between the young D and Shillington and maybe re-signing Troy Stetcher, we can soak up that. And to be fair, he might be their third best defenseman. I think Uyghur and Anderson are, they're clearly locked in already term-wise, but I mean, you could make the case he's their third best D by many measures.